Good afternoon. I'm Terry Wright with Happy Trust Company, and I'm here today with Joby Mills and Todd Wetsel. Joby is the Senior Vice President, Senior Trust Officer at Happy Trust Company and manages the department. And I'll ask Joby to visit with us a little bit about what the trust company does.
Thank you, Terry. First of all, thank you all for joining us today. I apologize if you see a bright, shiny forehead on your phones and your computers. I'm sorry for the glare off my head. Happy Trust Company, we are a growing, thriving trust department with clients all over the Panhandle, Lubbock area, and also Dallas-Fort Worth. What we do is we help clients that have worked hard to generate wealth, to protect that wealth, and ultimately help them carry out their financial legacy. Whether it's in a trust, whatever type of trust instrument they use, they may have goals to provide for a certain lifestyle for their children, for their grandchildren. Favorite charities. The joy we have is we help make sure that plan gets carried out, and we follow the terms of each trust. Each client that we have has different goals and objectives, and we enjoy getting to help them achieve those goals. One of the areas that we focus in on is professional investment management services for all of our clients. And Todd Wetsel here oversees our investments for the clients. I'd like Todd to just share a little bit about our investment philosophy and how we approach things for each of our clients.
Sure, thanks, Joby. And again, I want to reiterate what Joby said about thanking everybody for joining us today. We manage investments for a wide variety of clients. Joby alluded to a few of those, such as managing trust funds, maybe to help take care of a loved one or to send the grandkids to college. Maybe it's your retirement funds in your IRA. It could be funds in a foundation for a local nonprofit or charity that we help to grow that foundation, as well as try to generate current income to help fund their day-to-day operations as they serve the people in our community. The markets can be very challenging and volatile from time to time, and our job really is to help clients focus on the long term and navigate those challenges as they come along. We do that through a philosophy and a process really driven or focused on a few main points. One, selecting the proper asset allocation ahead of time. We want to have that right mix of cash, stocks, bonds, real estate, etc. Before those market crises come along, because we want to make sure that we can weather the storm when the market is uncertain. Diversification is another one that we are really focused in on, and that is incredibly important as well to make sure that no particular investment, no one investment can sink your portfolio. And then as well as controlling your cost. Costs can be fee expenses, taxes, etc. But experience has shown that successful investors are very focused in on their cost, and those translate into your bottom line returns. And then lastly, staying disciplined to your plan, staying disciplined to your approach. Those market crises moments can make things kind of emotional, can be kind of scary, and our job is to help you weather the storm, so to speak, and stay disciplined to the plan as we focus on the long term.
Okay, thank you, Todd. Certainly, it's been brief, but we want to keep it that way today. If there are any questions, we'd certainly be glad to try to answer any questions that anybody might have.
All right, your first question comes from Tough. Tough wants to know, why should I use Happy Trust Company?
Thank you, Todd, for that question. We believe we provide the best personalized service to you as the client. As Todd mentioned, we sit down with you and develop a very detailed and robust investment plan that meets your needs and we have a lot of experience on staff. The team, the whole team here has almost 300 years of experience. The average trust officer is around 20 years of experience. A lot of experience, a lot of credentials, 3 attorneys on staff. We help each client carry out their plan. When you select us, you know you have selected a group that's very experienced and will protect your estate plan and help you reach your financial goals. So thank you for the question.
All right, Marissa wants to know, how much money do you have to open a trust or asset management account?
Terry, you'd like to answer that?
You know, that varies from client to client, but we really don't have a minimum amount, but for those people that are interested, $100,000 to $150,000 certainly would be a minimum amount, simply to receive all that the department has to offer as far as services. Other than that, the sky's the limit.
All right, well, Hunter on Facebook asked, what type of services does Happy Trust Company offer?
Todd, would you like to?
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hunter, we provide a wide variety of services, and the 3 of us here kind of have our own maybe area of expertise from, for me personally, managing your liquid assets, the stocks, bonds, mutual funds, those kinds of investments. Terry helps with all of the land management, from farm and ranch land to oil and gas properties to residential and commercial real estate. There's all types of assets that you can put into a trust. In addition to the trust services I mentioned earlier, the managing IRAs, helping people with their saving and investing for retirement, the investment services for charities and local nonprofits. Have I missed any?
Various personal trusts set up for individuals, charitable plans, special needs children. There's like you said, it's almost limitless.
If a person retires from a company that has a 401k plan, one of the things that we can do is roll that 401k plan into an IRA and manage it here for them. That works very well.
All right, Matt wants to know, what is the process of moving my current investments over to Happy Trust?
Back to you, Todd.
All right, Matt, it's really not that difficult. We can sit down and meet with you, discuss where your current investments are, and how those or what your goals are, how you want to make some changes, etc. How we would develop a plan to take action there, and then it's really just signing a couple of documents to transfer those assets. We really can take care of all of that for you. Work with where you're currently being served to transfer those things. So it's really pretty easy, painless process.
All right, Stephen wants to know, are trust services expensive?
Joby.
Okay. The great thing about trust is we are a fiduciary, and we are looking at, by law, looking after the client's interests first and foremost. And that means our fees are very regulated. We make sure our fees every year are very competitive with everyone else in the trust industry. So we price it based on the services that we're providing you as the client. And when you see a statement from us, one of the benefits is we are a department of full disclosure. Everything we do for the client you see in the statement, including any fees we charge. So based on the different types of services, every fee structure is very competitive with any competitors out there, whether we're managing farm and ranch properties, mineral interests, stocks and bonds. All of that is covered, and we go through the fee structure with each client as they come on board and join the Happy group here.
Well, and since you said earlier about fiduciary, Sandy wants to know what that means.
Okay. Fiduciary is a legal term where there's a special relationship involved between that individual, the client, and the bank. And with the special relationship, we have a lot of legal duties to protect your interests, make sure we're disclosing everything we're doing for you, and to manage investments always in your best interest. So when we manage investments, we pick investments that fit the philosophy and your objectives, and when you get a statement from us, you see everything we're doing for you. So it's a profession where we're always putting your interest ahead of the bank's interests.
All right, and we're to our final question here. Jennifer wants to know, if I want to use Happy Trust Company, do I still have to use an attorney?
I guess that's a question. We would strongly advise everyone that everyone needs an estate plan. Everyone needs a will. I always say, if you don't have a will, you don't want the state of Texas or wherever you're domiciled. If you live in another state, you don't want that state's laws to say how your assets are to be divided. So an estate plan can be many documents. It can be a simple will that says who gets the assets upon your passing, but also it can involve some trust planning. Whether you need to set up a living trust today, we've set up a trust that's going to, in the future, benefit children, grandchildren. It can go on for a long period, a charitable trust, and also other disability planning measures you want to look into with a good estate planning attorney, like, do I need a financial power of attorney? Do I need a medical power of attorney if I can't make decisions for myself? If I need a guardian for myself, who should I put down to serve as guardian? You can also put down who shouldn't be guardian of your person. And same thing for your children. So I've seen documents prepared by a good estate planning attorney not only identifies all these forms that may benefit you as the client, but also address anything that's a concern. If there's any family members that you don't want them to step up and be executor of your will or administrator of your will, a trustee, that's a good opportunity to visit with us and see how we might benefit you and make sure that financial legacy that you leave gets carried out the way you want it. So we strongly recommend, and you should get with a estate planning attorney and have the appropriate documents drafted, and then come visit with us to see how we might help you carry out your estate plan.
Right, we did have actually one last question, all right. Karen wants to know, what types of assets does Happy Trust Company manage in its care?
That ranges from liquid assets, stocks, bonds, which Todd takes care of, but also real estate, farms, ranches, oil and gas. If you've got it, we probably can manage it. Okay, and I think that brings us to the last question, and we just want to thank everybody for being with us today. And if you have any questions, just check the Happy State Bank website.